The NFL divisional round hits off this weekend with the Chiefs and the Texans. I have my predictions and all of my betting leans for you in this video. Let's go. So the spread for the Texans versus Chiefs game this weekend is sitting at plus 8.5 for the Houston Texans, and the over-under sitting at 41.5. I think these lines are very, very perfect. I mean, the last time these teams played, it was an 8-point game. But I do want to point out something very, very interesting. The Chiefs have been favored by 6.5 or more in 8 games this season. And let's go over all of them right now. The first one right here, the Chiefs versus the Raiders, it was a 9-point spread. And as we can see, the Raiders covered that spread. Chiefs versus the Chargers here. The spread was sitting at a flat 7, and it ended up getting pushed because the final score was 17-10, 7 points. Okay, what about Cincinnati? Plus 6.5, the Chiefs end up winning that game by 1. They do not cover that either. And what about two huge spreads? They were favored by 13.5 against the Raiders and ended up not covering that spread. And then they were favored by 10.5 against the Panthers and didn't cover that one either. What about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? This line closed at plus 9 and the Chiefs ended up winning that game, but by 6. A common trend here, the Chiefs win these games, but they can't cover large spreads. The Chiefs just have a ridiculous hard time covering large spreads. What about this game right here, the Broncos, plus 7.5? Nope, the Chiefs win that game by 2. Let's see what I said on Ets as well. The Chiefs are 0-8 against the spread this season when the spread is 6.5 or greater. Chiefs versus Texans is minus 8.5. I'm passing on that. I think I have to lean the Texans to cover this spread, and I definitely lean the under as well. And like I said earlier, the last time these teams played, that number did go over 41.5, but the Texans would have covered an 8.5 point spread, because they lost that game by 8, obviously. But let's take a look at some player props. Starting off with the receivers, there's one prop that I already like, and it's Travis Kelce to over 52.5 receiving yards. It's the playoffs. Mahomes is going to go to his favorite target, Travis Kelce, a bunch in this game. Let's look at the player passing yards props. Mahomes is sitting at 248.5 on FanDuel, and Stroud is sitting at 230.5. I don't really have any leans on this just yet. I definitely do lean the under on both of these guys right now, but no official play. Taking a look at the rushing yards now, this is very, very interesting to me. The last time these two teams played, Isaiah Pacheco was basically a non-factor, and now his line is up to 41.5. Definitely a line that I lean. And let's take a look at the last time these teams played. CJ Stroud went 23 for 39 for 244, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Definitely not a great game out of him. And Mixon had a pretty underwhelming game on the ground, 14 for 57. They'll both have to improve if they want any chance at beating the Chiefs this weekend. Okay, now let's take a look at the receiving. Tank Dell had a huge game, but unfortunately he is injured and will be out. Nico Collins is going to have a huge game for the Texans to have any chance at winning this game, in my opinion. Let's take a look at the Chiefs now. But Mahomes had a pretty solid game, 28 for 41, and he also added a score with his legs. Mahomes, very solid once again. I think he's going to have a great game in the playoffs as well. Onto the receiving, Xavier Worthy had a huge game. I don't think that is going to happen again. Like I said earlier, I think Kelce is going to have a huge game, and I wouldn't be surprised if Hopkins did as well. In these playoff divisional games, you want to throw to your reliable guys. Now let's take a look at how these teams have been recently against the spread. As we can see, the Chiefs have been 3-2 against the spread, winning 4 out of their last 5, so just not covering in one game. But all those spreads were very, very close. And of course, the only game that they lost right there were when they didn't have their starters in. The Texans, on the other hand, are solid against the spread as well, 3-2, and the games that they have not covered against the spread were the games that they lost. So definitely if you lean the Texans like I do, that is not great news. I personally think it's really interesting that the Chiefs have a hard time covering large spreads, but the Texans, when they lose games, don't cover the spread. So I think if you do like the Chiefs, you got to bet them with the spread, obviously. But if you do think the Texans have a chance at winning this game, definitely take the spread. I don't think there's much of a chance they're winning this game, but I personally do lean the spread. Comment down below your leans for these games. And whoever guesses the score correctly will get a free premium membership on my betting service. We're 37-15 in our last 52 plays, by the way. So definitely something that you should be interested in. Comment down below your score predictions. Let's go. My score prediction for this game, though, because I do think the Texans cover plus 8.5, and I do like the under. I like the Chiefs to win this game 20-16. Comment down below yours. Let's go.